A 5-year investigation by 60 Minutes suggests Russia may be responsible for the mysterious illness known as Havana Syndrome. U.S. intelligence says it has been reported by more than 1,500 federal officials since 2016. CBS News national security correspondent David Martin reports.
The Pentagon now confirms during last year's NATO summit in Lithuania, a senior Defense Department official reported suffering symptoms similar to the mysterious Havana Syndrome. Scott Pelley spoke about the incident with retired defense intelligence analyst Greg Edgreen on 60 Minutes.
It tells me that there are no barriers on what Moscow will do, on who they will attack, and that if we don't face this head on, the problem is going to get worse.
Ed Green believes symptoms of severe headaches, dizziness, and nausea are caused by Russian attacks using some form of directed energy device. But the latest assessment by the Director of National Intelligence draws a different conclusion.
That it's unlikely a foreign adversary is responsible for these anomalous health incidents.
60 Minutes learned this suspected Russian intelligence agent may be linked to an attack on an FBI agent who appeared in disguise.
And bam, inside my right ear, it was like a dentist drilling on steroids.
And this suspected agent to an attack on the wife of a Justice Department official in the country of Georgia.
I am completely consumed by a piercing sound.
Officials also confirmed Vice President Harris's 2021 arrival in Vietnam was delayed because of multiple reports of possible symptoms among members of her Defense Department advance party.
And David joins us now from the Pentagon. David, you reported that comment from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. Very unlikely that it was a foreign adversary. Why do they say that? Very unlikely. Sounds pretty hard, no.
Well, for one, they just haven't been able, as a matter of pure detective work, to pin any of these cases directly on a Russian operative. Two, they have no intelligence that Russia or any other country has actually developed some kind of directed energy device that is capable of producing these symptoms that are associated with Havana Syndrome. And third, investigators can always find a more natural explanation. Just a pre-existing condition, something in your environment, something in the air conditioning system, for instance, or just plain stress. And that, of course, is just infuriating to the victims of Havana Syndrome, because they, of course, know in their hearts that they've been attacked by something.
David, if this were linked to Russia by the U.S. government and they said so out loud, give us a sense of what I mean, this is an attack on Americans. This is I mean, in other words, would that create such a situation that the U.S. would be forced to respond, and it would create a kind of escalation?
Well, I think that's one of the problems here, and why the standard of proof is high here, because once you publicly level the charge against Russia, the next obvious question is, okay, what are we going to do about it? You know, espionage is often called the game of dirty tricks. And each side, you know, cheats, lies, steals, harasses, blackmails, whatever it takes to find out what the other side is up to. But one of the unwritten rules is thou shall not kill each other. So if the Russians were really out there doing physical harm to Americans, that would be a game changer.
David Martin at the Pentagon. Thank you so much, David.